26 centuries ago, before the Buddha attained enlightenment, the ancient land of India flourished greatly in terms of religion, beliefs, and spirituality. A multitude of philosophical schools emerged, each seeking to address questions related to humanity, the fate of human beings, and the limited lifespan of humans. Broadly, these questions included: where do human beings come from? Why do we die? Where do we go after death? Why do the rich and the poor different? How can one find happiness? In response to these questions, various religions were born, each offering explanations based on the knowledge and beliefs of their respective leaders, attempting to persuade their followers. This movement quickly gained popularity and deeply rooted itself in the central and northwestern regions of India. People often gathered under large trees at crossroads to discuss and expound upon the aforementioned issues. Among all these questions, the last one was deemed the most crucial. What truly brings happiness to humanity? One religious leader answered,
"Within the human body, the eyes are the most important, as they provide light, the source of light for humans. Without the eyes, one would not see the surroundings and would live in perpetual darkness. Therefore, in my view, the eyes bring happiness to humans. The eyes are the source of happiness."
At that time, someone questioned,
So, are you asserting that the eyes truly bring happiness to humans?
The religious leader confidently responded,
Indeed, the eyes are considered the master of this body, and even of the entire human life. I firmly believe that everything the eyes perceive brings happiness to humans.
The questioner countered,
Your argument is not sustainable. Not everything, not every object or phenomenon seen by the eyes is entirely good. Consider people afflicted with disease, those with physical deformities, the impure and decaying bodies, unpleasant sights, and sometimes scenes that cause disturbing annoyance or sorrow. In these cases, how can it be said that everything the eyes see brings happiness?
The religious leader lost interest and fell silent. However, strangely enough, he still managed to disseminate his naive and simplistic doctrine to the masses, gaining considerable followers. This doctrine came to be known as Dita Mangala, meaning seeing is happiness. Another religious leader advocated the idea that hearing is happiness, in Pali meaning Sutta Mangala. He said,
Considering seeing as happiness would be a grave mistake, because the eyes are not as essential as people say. The ears, in fact, are more critical. The eyes are the laziest sense organ in the body, an object located in front and visible to the eyes only when there is light. If there is no light, or if the object is placed in the back, eyes cannot see the object. Thus, the eyes are not as important as the ears. The ears can hear without light, without being in front, behind, or in any direction. Therefore, I believe that the ears truly bring happiness to humans.
Someone asked,
Does that mean any sound heard by the ears is undoubtedly blissful and peaceful?
That religious leader replied.
Undoubtedly.
That person asked,
Then hearing the curse and swearing towards us can be considered happiness?
The religious leader with the doctrine of hearing is happiness did not provide a satisfactory explanation for the harsh realities of life. However, his simplistic and naive doctrine was still propagated and embraced by many people. Yet, another religious leader advocating the idea that thought is happiness, in Pali, Sinta Mangala, declared,
In the human body, the most important part is the mind. Thanks to the mind, humans understand everything. With the mind, they act and distinguish right from wrong. Those who know how to think owe it to their minds, because the mind truly brings happiness to humanity. Everything in the universe is created by the mind, so the mind is what genuinely brings happiness to us.
Someone stood up and asked,
Your teachings seem to be only half true. Just recently, A group of thieves was executed at the court. Was it because of their thoughts bringing harm to them, or is there a need for additional factors of goodness or evil here?
As a result, another religious leader was disqualified. However, despite these debates, people continued to explore and seek the cause of happiness, wandering in the realm of the six senses and the sixth sense objects. People often debated these theories among themselves, and the argument persisted for 12 years without a clear resolution. It wasn't until later, after attaining supreme perfect enlightenment, that the Buddha expounded on profound truths in the ancient Greater India. Many people then approached the Buddha with questions about happiness, leading to the teaching of the 38 greatest blessings. Excerpt from the Mangala Sutta, Discourse on the Highest Blessings, explained by Venerable Sila Guno, Yödök.
Mangala Sutta. Thus have I heard. During a time when the Buddha resided at the Jetavana monastery of the philanthropist Anathapindika near the city of Savatthi, as the night peaked, a deity descended, divine splendor and grace, bright halo radiated, illuminated entire Jetavana, came to the presence of the Buddha to pay homage to him, then stood aside, reverently asked the Buddha, expressing in verses, "Many deities and human beings yearn after happiness, constantly seeking a life of blessings. May you, out of compassion, gladly give us teachings on the highest blessings." The Buddha spoke as the question was posed. Staying far from the foolish, being close to the wise, honoring those who are worthy, this is the highest blessing. To dwell in a suitable place, merits gained in the past established as good prerequisites, and to have one's mind properly directed, this is the highest blessing. To have much learning, to be skilled in one's work, well trained in discipline, pleasant words and speech, this is the highest blessing. Caring for mother and father, supporting wife and children, engaging in work that is blameless, this is the highest blessing. Generous giving, righteous conduct, helping relatives, avoiding blameless actions, this is the highest blessing. Avoiding and abstaining from wrongdoing, refraining from intoxicants, being heedful in virtuous deeds, this is the highest blessing. Respectful and humble, contented and grateful, Dhamma timely listened, this is the highest blessing. Patient and obedient, pleased with the sight of monks, timely discuss Dhamma, this is the highest blessing. Self-restrained, virtuous life, realizing the noble truths, attaining Nibbana, this is the highest blessing. In vicissitudes of life, well-balanced, no sorrow, untented and free, this is the highest blessing. Abiding by these practices, no place will be disgraced, everywhere will be protected, are the highest blessings. Excerpt from Hundao Buddhist Temple Daily Chanting.